Hey everyone, welcome back to Our Little Handmade Home. My name is Tanya and today I am bringing you a new twist on a classic block. The pinwheel turns into the disappearing pinwheel with just a few simple cuts. Let's dive in. For this disappearing pinwheel square, I am going to be using 2 pieces out of a layer cake. These are 10-inch squares, of course. These actually come from Strawberry Lemonade by Sherry and Chelsea from Moda. They're so pretty. And I find the best results for this type of block is you want to have really good contrast and kind of patterns that free flow. I don't love plaids or squares or anything like that for this type of block. So what I'm going to start with is you're going to find the right side of your light color and you're going to put it right sides together with your darker color, okay? And we're gonna stitch a 1/4 inch seam on all 4 sides. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've sewn my 1/4 inch seam all the way around, as you can see. And yes, I sew right off the corners. Let's see if you can see that there. I just find that for me, it's more accurate. In order to create our pinwheels, of course, we need to cut diagonally. I prefer to use a rotary cutting mat for this type of cut, because if you can hold your fabric in place, you're going to have much more accurate results. Of course, our goal is not perfection, but you know, it doesn't hurt to try and get close. Okay, so we now have our 4 cuts, and of course this is going to make the simple pinwheel. So I'm going to open these up and I'm going to press them towards the dark fabric. Now I'm going to press, I'm not going to iron, I'm going to press. Because of the way we've cut diagonally, you can end up with some distortion of your fabric, so you want to be very careful. I like to finger press them open once I've set my seam. Now I set my seam before I cut, so I'm okay to go ahead and do this now. I'm going to finger press it open, and then I'm just going to place my iron on top. So I'm going to press all of these out, and we'll be back to put it together in the next step. So remember too, when you're working with half square triangles and pinwheels, is that you do need to trim off your dog ears. I'm not really going to trim down any other size, because these are going to be pretty even considering we made them from a layer cake. They actually are about 6 3/4 inches. So go ahead and trim off your corners, and then we're going to put it together into a basic pinwheel. Okay, so once you have your corners trimmed, you want to lay your pieces out into your basic pinwheel layout, which of course is going to look like this. So I'm going to take this over to my machine. I'm going to do a stitch here. I'm going to do a stitch here, and then I'm going to open it up and stitch across the middle. So I'll have the completed block. I'll have the full block sewn together when I come back. Okay, so here is my pinwheel. Now, what I did actually, in order to fit what I want to do with this, I have trimmed my pinwheel in to 12 inches square. But you can leave it out at the original size if you want. You can make it smaller if you want. The only thing you need to remember is that at this point, when we go to cut it, you might want to adjust your cuts, because if you trim this down to say an 8-inch block, you might not want a 2.5 inch strip. It might throw the balance off. Because I trimmed it down as much as I did, and I really like the impact of the cuts, I'm actually going to do a 1.5 inch cut across all of my pinwheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler. Now you can see my seams went a little bit wonky, and that is because we're cutting on the diagonal grain, okay? So or the bias. So you do have to be careful of that. Press and, you know, take care with your fabric. It's not going to ruin the design, but it is something to pay attention to. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches from the center seam. And I'm going to make 4 cuts in total. And again, this is where I like to have a rotating cutting mat. My rotary cutter's getting a little bit dull, so I like to check and make sure that my cuts actually went all the way through. And yes, it is time to change it. So again, I'm working from the center. Okay, this is my center seam. You can see I have 1.5. And if you're not used to working with a rotary cutting mat, take your time with it and be careful, because if you slip, it's pretty easy to cut your fingers actually. Trust me. When I give you those warnings, I'm generally speaking from experience. Okay, that's 3 and 1 more. Just line it up along your seam. Fidget with it a little bit if you have to. And then we have our cuts. Okay, so at this point, the easiest thing is to take these 4 pieces. That's the sort of the center columns, I guess you would say, and flip those round. Now, keep in mind, if you're using directional fabric, which clearly I am not, but if this was directional fabric, what I would do is I would just flip these around. Okay, and the same with these ones. I would just flip them or exchange them rather than just turning them where they are. That's why it's important to square your block before you make your 4 cuts, because that way if you have to exchange either of those pieces, then you're good to go. The other thing you can do is you can change your corners too, which adds a completely different look to the block. Okay, that gives you kind of a fun twist on things. I like it. I like it the way it is. So I'm just going to leave it because I am a big fan of pinwheels. And whoops, make sure I get them going the right way. Okay, so that's how they started. So this is where I'm going to leave them, okay? How you can tell if you have them in the starting place is if you just flip this back, you can see there's your pinwheel, right? So now I'm going to take this over to my machine and I'm going to go ahead and stitch it. So I'm making a basic 9 patch here, okay? So I'm going to stitch my columns, I'm going to stitch my rows, I'm going to press it out, and I'll be back with the finished product. So here we have our finished disappearing pinwheel. You can see we still got our basic pinwheel in the center. We've got the colors going all around. You can really have a lot of fun with this method. The disappearing method works great on any 4 patch or any 9 patch. Go ahead and check out some of my other videos that I have about disappearing styles, and I will see you next time with another new tutorial.